Hello, Epic 7 newbies, this is Suspect Amy, and I'm here to do a quick 5-minute video going through some of the most common questions I had about Harsetti's kit, and hopefully answering them to the best of my ability. What happens in Arena when both teams have Harsetti? When playing against her, is there a way that you can be guaranteed to take the next turn? Why do I think Harsetti was added to the game? Let's get these questions answered. When is she coming out? September 26th. Remember, since she's not out yet, some of my answers are just in theory. What resources do you need to build her? Since she's a Libra mage, you'll want to have these resources ready for her. Dreamtime Circuit, Mysterious Flash, and Rengar's Student ID. So when you run into these annoying path missions to buy catalysts, these are the ones you want to scoop up. You'll probably want to farm some dark runes too, but remember, Harsetti does not have an RGB hero counterpart, so make sure you save transmit stones for her imprints. What's her deal? She is what I like to call a chaos monkey. She has a hard limit on how fast heroes can go. Most players try to synergize their attacks, debuffs, and buffs along a specific turn order. This is called speed tuning. If you throw Harsetti on the battlefield, she blows up the turn order, allowing her to go first and making anyone close to being faster than her go next in a random order. What will she do with that first turn? She strips buffs and makes the enemy unbuffable and unable to counterattack. Does this mean we can't speed tune anymore? Not necessarily. She only affects heroes that are more than 90% of her speed. Any heroes that are slower than her will keep their turn order. This means that you can speed tune behind her, but just be aware that if the enemy is faster than her, they'll all be going before you. Can she cleave? Not really. During Harsetti's turn, she disarms CR effects on the whole battlefield. This means Rowana can't push up to go next, and even Harsetti's AoE attack won't trigger AoE pushers. This also means the enemy team can't push based on Harsetti's actions too. Can she be cleaved? Yes. Zio's first turn push is immune to CR disarm effects. And since her CR disarming only works on her turn, Zio can go first, then he can pull Rowana forward, then she can trigger AoE pushers and so on, before Harsetti gets a turn. But make no mistake, all other cleaves like Luna's Seal or Polita's Pushback are no longer viable against her. Will she be pre-banned in RTA? Almost definitely. Harsetti's Chaos Monkey kit introduces a lot of RNG to the battle, and she's a premier anti-cleave unit. If she's not pre-banned, will she be first picked? I think so, and it's not necessarily because of her passive. Early picking her obviously blocks cleave, but let's say both teams are playing a slow turtle style, where they don't really care about turn order. Even if we remove Harsetti's passive, the rest of Harsetti's kit plays amazingly well in this style. She's very beefy. Her S3 debuffs are awesome for slow games, and she defense breaks and hits hard with her S1. What happens in arena defense when both teams have Harsetti? Let's assume that when a battle starts, passives are invoked based on turn order. So some people are saying the first Harsetti will realign all faster speeds to her, then the slower Harsetti will realign all faster speeds to her. I don't think this is the case. Her passive gives the impression that speed is locked and can't be changed once it triggers. So I feel like the faster Harsetti will realign and lock everyone's speed, then the slower Harsetti will have no effect. Why was Harsetti introduced? People say that she was introduced to prevent veteran players with good speed gear from setting up a cleave against new players. I'm not entirely sure this is the primary reason. Smilegate hasn't really cared about this situation for 5 years. I'm not sure why they would start now. I think she was introduced to disrupt the Luna Frida arena cleave that allows players to build 200+ win streaks without any counters. Make no mistake about it, Harsetti will be on every single arena and Guild War defense team. Is there a way to guarantee taking the next turn against her? Maybe. Tristan Wolf posted an interesting video where he digs into the CR push on unit passives. It seems likely that units like Tempest Zurin and Designer Lilibet have passives that can trigger after Harsetti uses her S3, guaranteeing them the next turn. Which artifact is the best for Harsetti? In the video they use Crown for stuns. Magic Bubble Maker is also a great control artifact. If you just want damage, Black Hand will give you a nice boost. But I feel like having the ability to play Harsetti slow allows you to already gear her for damage. Book is the default artifact for any mage, and it also works great for her because it increases the chances of her follow-up S1 going into defense break. I don't do RTA, is she a must-pull for me? Yes, even if you will never actively use her. She is the best anti-cleave unit in the game, so just having her on your arena and guild war defense should have a significant impact for you in a passive way. Anyways, let me know if there's any open questions that I missed in the comments. That's all I have today, thanks for watching my video. Bye everyone.